How you doing? You're watching NYC Rock, where we bring you real New York City rock and roll stories. New York City is a drug. I need a fix in a bad way. Shaking the night all day. New York City is a drug. New York City is a drug. Fix in a bad way. New York City is a drug. Fix in a bad way. New York City is a drug. New York City.
Today is the first rehearsal for my band, Arden and the Wolves. I recruited some really talented musicians, and I think it's gonna go well. I think as far as rehearsals go, they probably know more about what we're doing than I do. I'm double jointed, so I'm actually pretty bad at playing instruments, even though I've studied music theory since I was very young. My piano teacher was always like, how are you even playing a chord like that? How are you, my fingers go up in weird ways. Sometimes madness crawls into my brain, and sometimes life's too heavy for my frame, and sometimes I could use a little care, and I'm okay, but I'm not awesome. I should practice more. The kind of music that has always inspired me the most has been pop rock with a sort of indie twist. The CD is coming out. It should be about 2 weeks until I actually have the physical copies of them in my hands. So I sent the tracks. Then I went out and I recruited my band, and I sent them the tracks, and I said, is this some music that you would be interested in playing? I'm interested in hiring someone, and I'm guaranteeing a pay rate per gig, because this is something that I want to take seriously. And I found 4 guys who were interested in the project, and they're all really cool and really talented. My lead guitarist is Jaster Leone, and he was recommended to me by my rhythm guitarist, Mick Royale, who is he's a member of the Jamesons, and he's really very passionate about rock and roll, and he's also starting his own solo project. So Mick brought the bourbon. I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, booze.
Thinking ahead.
I'm absolutely no good. That's just what I do.
Well, actually, I met you at White Noise.
Yeah.
That was like the first time.
Yeah, we used to come in and sneak flasks in, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. He and his girlfriend.
We never bought drinks there at all. It's great.
He and his girlfriend came in, and I used to go dance at White Noise all the time.
Yeah.
And they were super cool. And
Bianca used to shove $5 bills in your ass crack.
It's true, and I was so excited that they were fives.
It's all, most of the stuff I do is like punk rock, nasty helicopter style, kind of a fusion between 70s rock and like stadium rock and punk rock. It's kind of all over the place. So yeah, that's where my head is usually at. So this is a bit of a change, trying to dirty it up a little more,
Dirty it up.
The demos are so produced. I'm like, it's really clean and nice. I don't want it to be nice live. I want it to be nasty live. And that's the goal. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of typical with these kind of bands, though, is that when I've seen them live, they're a lot rougher than when they're produced.
Well, what makes it rougher? What makes it nasty? Technically speaking, how do you achieve that?
You basically take your hand across the knobs and go all the way to 11.
So distortion.
Yeah, distortion and just sloppy chords. Everybody's drinking, having a good time. It's just the way to do it. It's the punk rock way of doing it.
So this is Matt, my drummer.
Hi.
Super awesome. We met during a production of Rocky Horror, actually, and he was brought in last minute because he's super talented and was able to do it with very little rehearsal.
There was very little rehearsal.
Yeah.
There was one.
Already know the songs, first time playing together? How does that feel?
Well, it's just something I get, I have to do all the time.
Okay.
So it's just just another day at the office.
Yeah.
With all these amps and drums.
My goal with this rehearsal is that we run through all of the songs we have so far, to the point where I feel like we're ready for gigs in the new year. And then, I mean, I intend to just have like one brush-up rehearsal before each gig, pretty much.
What's up? I'm Percy Trianov. I play bass with Arden. Recently, she told me that she's doing a project. I was really curious, what is it all about? So, yeah. What do you know? Here I go. Here we are.
How do you feel about the music? You've already had a chance to listen to it. Is it different than what you normally play?
It's quite a bit different from what I normally play, but my influences are quite vast, quite frankly, and yeah, this is definitely something that I would love to take on to. I'm into a lot of electronic, a lot of straight up rock, a lot of heavy music. Now we have pop rock, so you know what? Bring it on.
There was a bit of an unexpected glitch. My lead guitarist emailed me at 6 a.m. and said, I'm not going to be able to make today's rehearsal. We've had this rehearsal scheduled for several weeks now, so that definitely came as a surprise to me. Luckily, I have one member of the band who is sort of a swing. He kind of plays everything, and so I asked him if he would be a standby for all of the other instrumentalists. In case we have a gig where one person can't make it, it would be a shame to not be able to do the gig at all. So I would bring him in to rehearse, for the brush-up rehearsal, basically. So I texted him early this morning, and I said, hey, would you be able to come to today's rehearsal? And the kind of crazy thing about it is that because I hadn't had to plug him into the band yet for any, rehearsals or gigs or whatever, he actually hadn't heard any of the songs. So I was like, I know this is really last minute. Can I send you the songs we're going to be rehearsing today? And, I understand if you don't know them, perfectly or whatever, but can we make an attempt? And he said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I'm pretty grateful about that. I met Damien at a fetish party, and I used to be a pro dom, and I was there with the guy I was seeing at the time, and Damien was doing this elaborate rope suspension, and rope bondage used to be one of my specialties, as well as like something I've enjoyed from both sides. And I walked up to him and I said, how do I not know who you are? And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, pretty much, yeah.
Fetishism bringing people together.
So I want you everywhere. After the last rehearsal that we taped, things got a little tense with the new guitarist that I had brought in.
Though if this wasn't their first rehearsal, I would have been able to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to fight through.
Yeah.
I had nobody that can grab 100% because everybody can still see is like
Totally.
trying to figure out the songs.
Yeah. I went to schedule our next rehearsal with everyone by email, and he wrote back this reply that was basically like, hey, I'm happy to help you guys out, but everyone's got to know their parts, and I'm not gonna put my name on something that's half-assed. So, I'm down to help y'all out, and I think you all are great guys, but yeah, just so you know, whatever. And I thought it was really offensive, and considering I was like, I'm offering you a job, I'm paying you, either do it and take the money and be happy about it, or if you don't want the job, don't do the job. I don't know, don't be a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, my only thing is obviously I gotta get paid. Second of all,
Everyone's
the guys
getting
in the band, if I'm gonna be floating in and out,
Yeah.
they have to be
Yeah.
spot on. Hold on, the main riff. I think you're doing this too early. I think it's two, and then this comes out. Like I think you're jumping to this little chord a little early.
Let's try from the bridge verse, just the A to B. I can't worry about backing vocals at this point.
I mean, honestly, I can do it if I had like a day.
Yeah.
I can do it with one rehearsal.
You're a saint.
Okay, but make sure that these guys know their shit because otherwise it's not gonna happen.
I couldn't have anyone talking to my guys that way, basically. And I texted them all immediately after he sent out that huge reply to everyone. And I was like, I am so sorry, you guys. I'm embarrassed about that. And I said, let's like back up a few steps and bring someone else in.
This is Gabe Mara.
What is
He was
I play the guitar.
The git fiddle.
Git fiddle.
I play the guitar.
He's lead git fiddle.
Lead git fiddle.
And how'd you get roped into this?
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
This
yeah.
fucking guy. My buddy Nick over here said, "You want $100?"
So make you bring us up.
I have maximum fucking confidence in this guy. I was like, we need a lead guitarist because the other ones either fucked off or we made them fuck off. And so it was like, we need somebody who will fit with these fuckers. And Gabe is the guy.
I felt like when Gabe joined for our rehearsal, that was the first time that I felt like we were really a cohesive team, for sure.
Did you feel that too, Gabe?
Yeah, it was easy. It was cool. It went smooth, you know.
How do you
So
feel
he's,
jumping into this genre? I mean, most of these guys play like kind of harder stuff in general.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a bit of a change of pace for him. Like, how
Yeah, it definitely is. It's different from what I do. It's different from anything I've done. But every project I've been involved in has been something new and something different, you know, at least from the last. So it's cool to try my hand at something else.
So here we are. We're at our bar. It's January 17th, and it's the night of Arden and the Wolves' first live show ever. I used to go dance for other bands, and now it's my band that's here tonight. And I made a joke at rehearsal that I was going to climb one of the poles and sing the entire song from the top. But I don't know about that. Maybe we'll say that for the second show.
Yes.
We're more trying to encourage Arden's fucking in-between song banter because she's most nervous about that. Like talking between songs. I'm like, learn some jokes. Just talk to them.
We don't want to talk about that.
Well, I know jokes, it's just these guys don't want to hear them. Ready? What's the difference between a front woman and a Porsche? Most musicians have never been in a Porsche.
I found this when you found your car key. I was like, that is my car key.
It's bad, huh?
Oh, don't shine lights on goth kids.
Don't you know we know?
Trust me, I'm a retired goth. I know.
At least you're not female. Because post-goth females, usually, you know, they turn 30 and they put on like 15, 20, 25 pounds.
And then they become rockabilly chicks, right?
Become pin-up models.
Rockabilly.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
pin-up models are fat.
That's what they call rockabilly is where
Yeah.
punks and goths go to die.
It's like, exactly. It's like, oh, I'm 30, I'm fat, I'm gonna cut my bangs really short
That's a good
like
line.
this.
All right, give it up for Arden and the Wolves.